Warning, this podcast contains guns. And we're not on Easy Street.
Hello everyone, and welcome to The Walking Dead Season 7, Episode 4. Shit. Service. I'm your host, Clio. With me, I have John and Dom.
How's it going?
Botch that intro.
Mm-hmm.
I was going to say interview. See? No, yeah. Not on. Not here.
No?
No.
You're not on Easy Street?
No brain.
Just be really glad that I was not here last week.
I am.
It's a whole week, and that song is still in my head.
So Alexandria, we get like a lay of the land in the beginning of this episode, and it's very quiet. Like, it's abnormally quiet.
Mm-hmm.
Probably because they're in a depressing reality where Negan is looming.
Mm-hmm.
The queen.
And he rolls up, and everything that gets super loud, like just 1,000 trucks come. And he's early. He's early on purpose.
Mm-hmm. Just to reassert his dominance as a man.
And it's like, okay. I get that's the point. It's about control. It's about showing you have no chance here.
Mm-hmm.
But he, like, everything he does is about that. Like, it's all so much overkill.
Overkill in the sense, like...
You made your point.
Right, well...
He just keeps...
Did you guys see a point of having, like, an extra half hour to this episode?
No, not at all.
No, but I was actually, just while I was doing the notes, if the extra half hour meant the scene at the end with Rick and Michonne talking about Judith...
Well, yeah.
Because that episode, I think, that scene made this episode for me.
Yeah. And
if it was about cutting, if they would have had to cut that scene, if they didn't have the extra half hour, I think I would have been lesser for it. I don't
necessarily think they would have cut that, because that scene itself wasn't half an hour, but...
No, I understand, but...
I feel like they would have had to trim down a bit of the Negan. I think the whole point is to try to, like, bring the tension in strong with Negan. Like, they want to emphasize the tension. It is too strong, but I think that's the point. They're doing that to make us feel as agitated as Rick is feeling with the whole situation.
I just felt bored.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I got that they were, like, trying to really make Negan great on your skin, but, like, he wasn't scary in this episode. It was just, like, all right,
annoying.
Shut up. Like, he just talked so fucking much. I was like, I just got sick of his voice. I'm like, dude.
Easy peasy lemon squeezy.
Couldn't look at him either. It's just annoying to look at him.
Yeah, like, I really wanted to hit him in the face. And it's not like for a good reason.
I mean, I'm sure
you're so build, but it's more of like a, okay, could you please get off the screen? Like, I want to hear from others here, you know, just...
John, here, why don't you hold my bat?
Oh, yeah, sure.
There you go.
How nice of you to lend with your bat.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, when I took your bat, it turned into Shovel Knight, so sorry.
It's an acceptable trade.
That's how it works.
Yeah. But
I was really hoping that Rick was going to try to do something, because you could tell the fight's still in him. Like,
well, he gripped the bat a few times.
He did.
And it looked like he really was just going to smash him in the head.
Oh, I'd have done it.
Yeah.
No, that's bad.
Delicious!
So it was pretty early in the episode, you know, when Negan handed Rick the bat, and it was before any of the other saviors came in. And it was just Negan walking, and he had his back to Rick. And I'm like, he could close the gate and bash Negan's head in right now. And my dad was like, yeah, but then they'd kill Daryl. And I'm like,
man,
it's an acceptable sacrifice.
I look.
And then
I'm gonna be honest.
Like, that was awful of me, wasn't it?
Listen, I thought it out, and I was like, Daryl's dead to me. He's as good as dead. Not that he's dead to me as a person, but like
No.
he's dead. He's dead. He's not getting out of this. So, like, just fuck it.
They're not giving him up.
Let's just smash fucking Negan's head in.
I think Daryl's
We'll
going
deal with
to
the
play
consequences.
the Carol role this season. Like, he's going to... You already see, like, he fought the mind control, right? He fought the breaking. He's going to... He still has his free will, but he knows now what he can and can't get away with. Right? He's learned that because he just tried to run. He just tried to run last week.
Yeah.
He got nowhere. He understands now he's not going to get very far. So now he realizes he has to play along. He has to blend in. He's got to do what they say until the opportunity arises. Because once he gets in their good graces, when he can go walking and doing things on his own without being guarded, that's when he can plan to do something.
I mean, I would agree with you, but he's not, the only way he could get to that point is to say, I am not Daryl, I am Negan. And he's not going to say that. He's already made that clear. He's not going to say that. So and in this episode, he just looks like a beaten dog.
It's very true, but I think another couple 100 days of Easy Street will change his mind.
I think Daryl's stronger than that. I don't think Daryl's gonna...
You couldn't even last five seconds of me playing Easy Street.
Yeah, but you see, that I have a choice. I'm not actively being tortured. You're just being a dick. So there's a difference there.
That's true.
I also don't think that I would last under torture. So that's another part of that.
If that was my torture, I would have been sitting in the cell, rocking back and forth, singing the song. That's what I would have been doing.
So, just to, because you're making me think of, what's his chode?
What's chode?
Who was the guy in the episode? Was it Dwight?
Dwight.
Fucking
the
Dwight?
burn face.
Burn face Magoo?
Yeah.
So, last episode we were like, oh man, we should feel bad for Dwight. And then this episode, he was a dick again.
No, it wasn't that I felt bad for Dwight. It's that I understood him, like, not completely. Obviously, he's still a fucking crazy person.
But he's such a chode.
He is a chode, for sure. And he's still doing all this bad shit. But there's some weird part of him that literally wants to be Daryl. It's no longer, oh, I got your crossbow. Yeah. Oh, I got your jacket.
I got your bike.
Went out of his way to get his bike. He wants to be Daryl, which is so freaking weird.
He's going to just eventually start wearing his skin.
Yeah. Yeah, that's like the next logical step.
Just at least his face, maybe.
Yeah, face off.
Yeah, fix the scarring and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. He's and I.
I think he's trying to become Daryl, and he wants to make Daryl into him. I think that's what he's doing.
It still doesn't make sense, but I wrote in my notes: Dwight is completing his journey to becoming Daryl.
His transition's almost complete.
Yeah, almost.
He just needs the operation
out first,
and he's gonna get some estrogen shots, and he'll be there.
Some what?
Some estrogen shots.
Estrogen shots?
Yeah. Gotta balance out the hormones.
Okay. I don't think estrogen's gonna help him, but no.
Oh, it will. It'll get him in touch with his feminine side, like Daryl did.
Okay. So Michelle in this episode has been pulling a Sasha. She's been sneaking off to snipe walkers in the woods.
And unlike Sasha, she's a shit shot.
But
sorry, hold on.
She's not a bad shot.
We have in chat, Draven says, when is wearing someone else's skin the next logical step?
I'm sorry.
When you're dating me, it is.
When you're Dwight. Because, I mean, he's been gathering Daryl's stuff. The next step in that weird logic to becoming Daryl is taking his skin.
Well, he's gonna do the what's that? Well, there's a million movies like it where like the crazy roommate girl moves in and then she starts dressing up exactly like the girl she moves in with.
Yeah.
He's gonna do the haircut first, dye his hair.
Yeah.
I need Daryl's hair color, hair dye. You go get that for me, Rosita. And then she's gonna get it, and then he's gonna be
like, what the fuck?
Just dye it, and then
hair
just like,
dye?
and then
just shave his
and
head
then
and
acquire
into
sadness.
Your scalp.
What?
I said just shave Daryl's head and glue it into your scalp.
There you go. That's way easier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could probably make Daryl shave his own head.
Yeah.
And then he's gonna punch himself in the face so his eyes get a little black, and then
Isn't Daryl's Twitter like big bald head or something?
I have no idea.
Or
Yeah,
Norman
I think it
Reedus's?
is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, it's looking like he's probably gonna shave his head. I would not
Just
be
like
surprised.
Just lick his scalp a little bit. Just like.
Oh no, John, stop!
Okay.
All right, moving on. Back to Michonne. You see, I don't. She's not a bad shot though. So I don't know why she was missing.
Well, with a
Unless
rifle?
Yeah.
A rifle of that caliber? Has she ever shot something like that before? That's like
Haven't we
a
seen-
sniper
we've seen her
rifle
with
is a
handguns.
bit different.
Yeah, I guess.
You know, there's a reason why, you know, I don't know the caliber, the range and all that of the sniper. I've never shot a sniper rifle myself, but there's a reason why, you know, you have snipers sometimes take sedatives before they shoot, and they hold their breath before they shoot, and there's all kinds of things like that to make sure they are much more accurate, because the scope is much longer range than firing a handgun.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't think she's used to shooting a gun like that.
No, I don't think I've ever seen her with a sniper rifle before. Assault weapons, yeah, but not.
Yeah.
Not anything with any precision like that.
Yeah.
But it doesn't fucking matter because she lost the gun anyway. So.
Yeah.
Well.
You know.
And the deer. Didn't even get to keep the deer.
Did she shoot that deer? I thought
She
that.
did.
Accidentally, yes.
That was it. Okay.
It had a bullet in its neck.
Gotcha. That was one of the accidental. I was like,
Yeah.
At first I was thinking that zombie killed it and then
Me
like
too.
walked away, and because it heard the gunshot. I don't know. Heard Michonne somehow.
No, that was she accidentally shot it.
Oh, okay. So is it confirmed? Because it's something I've always wondered, and we've never really had an answer to. I think it's confirmed though that only humans are affected by this virus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because we see. Well, no, actually, we haven't really seen. We've seen walkers kill animals and eat them. We haven't
Right.
really seen them get bit and.
Survive. Yeah.
But honestly, the bite might kill them, but they might not turn. You know.
Right. Yeah. Well,
It's
we
not-
haven't
we know-
seen
we know
any
it's not the
infected
bite
animals out there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, exactly.
I would assume that. Yeah.
Yeah,
See,
'cause the
this
bite
whole
doesn't
time I
make
was thinking that
a
the
lot.
zombie killed the deer. Michonne brought it back, and then they gave it to Negan in hopes that they would infect. I don't know. That's what I was thinking by the end.
Well, I
end
mean,
of
we
this
talked
episode.
about that with the
the
kingdom
pigs.
too.
Yeah.
It might not actually. It might make them sick. It might not. We don't actually know.
Right.
But anyway, Rosie was being an ass to Eugene in the beginning, and I was like, Rosie, that is uncalled for.
He did nothing wrong.
He did nothing wrong. He's fixing a radio. He's focused. He's trying.
Well, she was upset because he was doing it for Negan, not
Yeah.
like. Because
Yeah.
she's, I mean, obviously she's pissed that he bashed Abraham's head in,
Yeah.
and she's still out for revenge. And anyone who's kowtowing to Negan's demands is not cool with her right now. So, you know, she summed that up in about 3 seconds. Sorry.
No. I was gonna move on to everything else Rosie did in this episode. So her and Spencer go off to get Daryl's
Spencer
bite.
irritated me this episode.
I know Spencer has. I gave him a chance like a season or two ago, and then he like stole stuff, and I'm like, nope, you're forever a douchebag now, and he has held up his end of the bargain. He is
I mean,
forever a douchebag.
I kind of understand why he stole it. He gave his reasoning, and it's logical,
It's
but that
bullshit.
doesn't mean I have to like it. You know.
Exactly, it's still bullshit, and he's a little fucking pansy too. He's like going off into the woods after Rosita's like, Rosita, blah blah blah. It's like, shut the fuck up. Why are you yelling into the woods? What is wrong with you?
Well, funny enough, as annoying as Spencer was and is, I kind of found myself agreeing with him.
Okay.
About it's being Rick's fault?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Oh.
it is.
It is. But being a little twerp like Spencer is not the way to tell. You know, I'm pretty sure Rick knows it's his fault.
Well, the whole thing is you have Negan wearing Rick down and breaking him down and doing all this stuff, and then you turn around and you see at the very end of the episode, Rick is doing the exact same thing to Spencer.
Yeah.
You know?
Spencer.
Oh yeah.
It's like he's deflecting it off onto Spencer, like, don't talk to me like that. Say yes. Say you understand. Say yes. You know, it's like Negan talking to Rick all over again.
I think a point of that, though, is that if he didn't have Spencer say that, Rick would have turned around and beat the ever-loving shit out of Spencer.
Yeah.
He would have just kicked his ass until he didn't have a face anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like that was also Rick trying to solve that without punching Spencer. And Spencer folded so quickly. It's like, you were just a little weasel. You think you can dish it, and you just cannot take it.
It's a good thing Rick did not still have Lucille in his hand when that was happening, because I feel like he would have.
He probably would have.
Yeah.
He probably would have. And like his only like answer was like, "You went in my house? Like, how dare you touch my stuff?" It's like, bitch.
Rick's like, she was going to die, and
Yeah,
he just
you like
didn't
trying
care.
to say it really. He didn't care. He doesn't care.
No, he's still very self-serving.
And the girl that runs the armory, wasn't she with Spencer? Wasn't she part of Spencer's group? She wasn't part of Rick's group.
Yeah. She was originally an Alexandrian, just
So
like
it's even
Spencer.
more of a dick for Spencer.
Spencer's a monumental dick. And I think someone earlier in the season was like speculating about his death. And in relation to Rosita, because they seem chummy.
Mm-hmm.
Well, didn't they bang a little?
I think they might have.
A little?
I don't remember.
After
It doesn't
Abraham
matter.
broke up with her?
But now that we've seen really just how much of a dick he still is, I probably won't care. I'll feel bad for Rosie, but not gonna care. So when I was wondering, like why they brought Daryl. I'm sorry, I'm jumping around. Just it happens. But they brought Daryl, so they wouldn't try to kill Negan because they'd kill Daryl if anyone tried to kill Negan.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, even if they didn't bring him, they could have just used that as a threat too. Just been like,
That's true.
you know.
But I think showing them just how broken he was another tactic.
Oh, for sure. For sure. You look at him, I'll kill him.
He's the help.
Yeah.
He has
so
a
the-
scarlet letter on his chest, too, so,
A little more orange.
What was the letter that was on there?
A.
Orange.
For what? What did the A stand for?
I have no idea. 'Cause
Adulterer. Did you read the book? Fuck is this podcast? I'm out of here.
Well, there were others last episode. There were others who had the same sweatshirt with different letters. I think there was an E and an O. They might all be vowels. I don't know why, but that seemed to be like that's the lowest tier, in the Savior's camp. Like there's the ones with the sweatshirts. I don't know what they call them.
Yeah.
There's the ones who work for points, and then there's the Negans. So Daryl's on the lowest rung of the ladder. And there are others there too. So the Saviors just kind of rolled up and took what they wanted, which was guns and mattresses. And I honestly thought, I was like, oh, mattresses, that's an odd thing. But, maybe they can't find that many good mattresses out there in the zombie apocalypse. They just burned them.
Yeah, they just did it for funsies.
Burned all the mattresses.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was a little, because I don't know why, and maybe because I was watching on my tablet, but like when they first showed the scene, I'm like, I just see like smoldering white things. I'm like, what the fuck am I looking at?
Oh, on my TV, I had no idea what it was until like just before they cut away, and I was like, oh.
Is that a marshmallow factory that burned down and Michonne's upset?
Yeah.
Does she really like Mars? Is that what I'm getting at? And Then it was like the measures. I was like, oh.
Yeah.
And then the episode ended, and I didn't give a shit. Most of the things that happened. Isn't that funny?
Yep.
You know what's funny? We could have skipped the last 2 episodes, and I wouldn't have known. Would not have known.
Because I mean, it's
The last 2 episodes have been about breaking people, and just to see the lens. It's something
it's
you
so
could have probably just like shown in 20 minutes each and done it in one episode combined.
Yeah.
But I think the whole point of dragging it out is to make it feel even longer to us as the people watching. That we're bored of it, we're sick of it, and can you imagine what it's like for them that are dealing with this, constantly? I
mean, I get the artistic choice, but I don't think it was a good choice. You know what I mean? Like, I understand what they were going for.
Yeah, I don't either. I don't think it's like, and only a show like this could get away with this. If this was not a show that was on the grand scale that it's on, that has millions of people tuning in to watch every night, that it's trending on Facebook after every single episode kind of deal, it would not be able to get away with this kind of stuff.
Yeah, and I think what you just said, like, if they had just, because like this whole season they've been sticking to one plot line the whole episode so far, which I don't know if this is the first time they've done that so much in a row, but like a lot of times we bounce around a little bit, like, or even like or another show, like if you watch Westworld or Game of Thrones, like we never are really on one plot line for an episode unless it's like a finale or something like that.
Right. Too much is going on.
Look at a show like Legends of Tomorrow, where we have like 4 plots going on at the same time most of the time, Right,
which like I think this could have been like they could have condensed this episode and last episode into one episode. The Kingdom episode I get deserves its own spot because that's a completely new thing, right? That's fine. But these 2 episodes, I feel like we could have been jumping between. I mean, I guess Negan had to be there for Daryl being broken, but I don't know. Maybe there was a better way to do it.
Yeah.
And everyone, all these articles I see and stuff like that they're like, and it's always repeated. This phrase, like, The Walking Dead is really good at manipulating its audience. And I think this season has been that. That's all, with the exception of episode 2. Episode 2, I think, was the pinnacle of this season, Yeah. But the rest of it is all manipulating us. And I think to a point, that's what the show does.
I think, like I said, I think it's really just to build up our hatred for the Saviors and Negan. They're manipulating us in that fashion.
No, I know, but it's overkill. It's too much. You've taken that.
I'm not disagreeing.
You've taken that to the point of, now I don't care. And I think for a medium like television, that's not great.
I mean, I'm not at the point of
the show, I would not be watching it.
I'm not at the point of I don't care. I'm not at that point. I'm at the point of I'm really fucking sick of this. Like that. That's the point I'm at. I'm not at the point of I don't care. I'm at the point of, can we just fucking kill Negan already? That's the point I'm at.
I went to sit down for this episode and I was like, you know what? If it doesn't have a tiger in it, I don't actually care.
Well, and I mean, it looks like they're going to be doing that again next episode. It's going to just be the Hilltop episode.
Oh, but Jesus, you don't understand.
But Jesus is back.
Jesus.
So I'm jazzed for Jesus.
And to find out with Maggie and all that, because obviously Maggie's over there. So I'm really interested in that. And that's one of the things that I thought was kind of cool here is you had Father Gabriel like chiming in, and he's like, "Oh yeah, they didn't make it." I mean, they didn't really. They never said it. They never said it.
They didn't say it. They let Negan talk himself into. I thought that was brilliant. They let Negan talk himself into a circle about it.
Yep.
But I believe they made a grave for Maggie.
They did.
Yeah. So they dug a grave for Maggie.
But it was unmarked.
Well, it was an unmarked grave. It was a grave.
Yeah.
I thought it was marked but unfilled. No,
it was filled.
Oh, it was filled. There wasn't a person in it. It was filled.
Oh, yes.
It was unmarked. And
he made all the assumptions.
Even said, Father Gabriel even said, it was a good thing I dug that empty grave.
Mm-hmm.
Or I filled in that empty grave or something. I forget how he worded it, but yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty smooth. So they have a little something on their side at least.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I absolutely love how he like snuck up on Negan. Negan's like, "Whoa, you're a weirdo!" Like that was my absolute favorite.
That was the highlight of this episode. Yeah,
the best part. Yeah,
was Brother Gabriel.
he was the best.
He really was. Oh my gosh.
I feel like if he was in the lineup when everybody Negan would have smashed him with the bat.
Just because he was being weird.
Yeah.
He's just got that stare, just like,
Yeah.
just like I'm sorry. We're doing 3 this episode.
Oh god, I was gonna say something else in that regard. I don't remember. Whatever.
Gabe is neat. The end.
Yeah, the end. So Carl takes a shot off. He's really tries to stand his ground.
Carl's gonna be troubled. He still won't learn. Well, I guess he was in the house that time.
You blame him? I don't blame him.
He still won't learn to stay in the house.
By the way,
He's in the house this
He
time.
was in the house, yeah. No, but it's like, I don't blame him, but you need to know your place. You can't just start popping off because you're... If Carl was not there for the deaths of Glenn and Abraham, then it's fine. But he was there. He saw what happened. He saw the numbers. He saw everything. And he almost had his arm cut off.
Yeah, exactly. But when he almost had his arm cut off, he was just like, do it, get it over with.
he's a stone cold badass.
He's got a different mentality towards this than Rick does. You know, Rick's got the burden
Carl's
of
gonna
leadership.
get somebody killed.
He is. I think he is.
Yeah, Negan.
But Rick has the burden of leadership in this, in that. So he feels very much directly responsible, which in some ways he is.
Yeah.
Carl doesn't necessarily have that, and Carl's got that youthful hope and optimism too, where like we've fought assholes before.
Nope.
He knows this. He thinks they can do it again.
What is preventing them from just moving to another state?
Nothing.
Literally nothing.
Except the fact that they have a stable, safe town. It's the only thing.
I would rather chance it out on the road.
And I mean, you see in the Savior's bunker, some of them have tried.
Mm.
And I think in Alexandria, in the outer towns, you can get away with that. Everyone can leave without Negan noticing. I bet he would try to track them down, but you probably could get away.
Fuck it. Go to Jersey. Don't lose him there.
No, let's go to Jersey.
Not even the apocalypse. I don't know. I was pretty happy for Carl. I'm kind of glad at least someone's got some fucking stones in this town.
Exactly.
You know? Like, honestly, I feel like he could lead better than Rick can right now.
I think so.
At least he gives a shit enough to fight. Because he just doesn't care, and I love that. He does not give a shit. He's just like, look, I'll kill you. You won't be here anymore.
And
I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
I don't have to worry about that. You will still be dead. You know?
Yeah, and you see it in his face. He didn't want to just stand there and watch Enid get pushed around. Like, he wanted to go help, but Rick was right there.
Rick's like, they're going to be gone soon enough.
Yeah.
And then they'll be back next week.
Oh my god! It's like A Bug's Life.
It is.
They come, they eat, they leave.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, you're right.
They come,
Grasshoppers.
they eat, they leave.
Yes.
Yeah. Except, you know, the Alexandria doesn't really have that much food. So they just took the guns and the mattresses.
How generous of a benefactor.
Oh, and that's a fucking that too. That's the thing where was too much. He was like, he wanted Rick to say thank you, and that's, you know, the manipulation part of it. So he wants him to say thank you for letting him keep the food for whatever the fuck he thinks he wants to be thanked for. And he gets the thank you. And that would have been enough, but he had to say, I just put my dick down your throat. And it's like,
and you thanked me for it.
You probably could have stopped and you would have been fine.
Yeah.
Like,
well, they're doing that
yourself-
because Negan's supposed to be very vulgar in the comics.
I know.
They've toned him down for the show, but he's still supposed to be like a very vulgar person, so he just says shit like that.
No, I get that, but like that's the point where you're past the, I'm going to put it in quotes, subtle manipulation, and you literally just went too far. Like not in the vulgarity sense, in the
manipulation.
Look, I'm manipulating you. Like you've just literally said that out loud instead of.
Well, yeah, and because he can get away with it. He's like, look, this is what I just did, and now you're aware of it, but you don't have a choice because you're going to continue to do it. You know, that's basically Negan's flaunting that in his face.
Yeah, but I think that's where he's gonna get fucked because people are gonna stand up to him.
Of course, it's gonna get him in trouble.
And I'm sick and tired of you force my hand bullshit. I'm tired of it. He said it so many times, and it's just like, stop, just stop.
I just want to know with the gun situation, right? And they're keeping tabs on all that. I mean, I get it's in the moment, it's happening, but did nobody think to be like, yeah, Glenn had it, and you killed him, so we didn't know, you know, something like that.
Well, they probably would have.
The thing was, they have a system of checking in and out, and those guns were never put as checked out.
Put the blame on one of the guys that died. Abraham had them. Abraham took them without checking out. We found them in Abraham's house, you know?
Not for nothing. Fucking Tara and Heath are still gone.
Yes.
Right.
But those guns would have been logged as out.
Yeah, right. That's true.
I think those 2 missing guns were logged as in, and anyone who would have left the Alexandria would have signed out a gun.
Right.
This is true.
Yeah.
So these
Spencer literally took them out from under their noses, didn't sign them out, just took them. Yeah. But I'm saying, why couldn't, you know, instead of, because they're looking for somebody to blame, and we all know that they probably would want to kill whoever took them, why not just be like, yeah, Abraham took them, we didn't know, he literally took them without telling anybody, and we found them in his house. But guess what? You already killed him, that's why nobody told us.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying. Yeah, I was thinking that he would blame it on Deanna, who is also dead.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know, that could have been an excuse, but I
mean, I guess it's all happening in the moment. That's probably not the first thing on their mind. Their first thing is like, how the fuck do we get these guns? Where are they? We have to protect ourselves from whatever. Because you see, Rick is at the point now, he's hunting down guns that are not even on this list to make sure that they get, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And like, I think that's where they could have cut time from this episode, honestly. Like, that didn't have to be as long as drawn out as it was, you know?
Just going to show you how far the manipulation has actually hit, because Rick is like, we cannot have these, you know, we cannot even have guns that they don't know about, or we're fucked, you know? So you see that the manipulation is really working at that point.
And I think, honestly, he might not have given up the rifle if it hadn't been for Daryl. I think he went out of his way to give them a gun that wasn't on the list to get Daryl back.
Of course.
I mean, he tried. You heard him.
He did try. He did. And then and I think this goes to, and maybe Daryl did it on purpose, but he remains silent when it's like, plead your case.
Yeah.
Whoops, there was the chance.
Mm-hmm.
Not that it would have done any good.
Nope.
I think no matter what he said, it wouldn't have helped. There was something very interesting when the Saviors were leaving. There's a shot of Rick looking up at a sign that I don't remember ever seeing. That says, "Safe zone, mercy for the lost, vengeance for the plunderers."
Yeah.
And I think it's important that Rick turned and looked at it.
Mm-hmm. For sure. Because they just got through plundering.
Yep. Literally.
I think the sign has always been there.
I think so too. I just don't remember it saying what it
has
said.
Never been emphasized. I don't think it's ever been like focused on or anything like that, but I'm pretty sure it was there before Rick got there.
Yes. Yeah, I remember there being a sign.
Yeah.
When they originally came to Alexandria.
Yeah.
And the very last thing is Rosie asks Eugene to make her bullets.
Mm-hmm. For her new gun.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we know Eugene is capable of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was actually thinking that the whole episode. I'm like, they got a gun factory. They got like a bullet factory they have access to.
Yeah.
I mean, that. So my hope and thought for the future is they're like, because I don't know. I think Michonne mentioned like we have the Hilltop. We can get them for help, and Rick's like that's not enough. But Hilltop plus the Kingdom plus them
Alexandria is enough.
More than enough. Plus a tiger is enough. So my thought immediately is like, all right, so they're going to learn about the Kingdom, form this alliance, make bullets, ruin Negan's day. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, but you also have Negan going, I'm coming back and I want something special. In my mind, I'm like, well, if they produce bullets for them, right? You have one town giving them pigs, you have one town giving them whatever, and they clearly go, you guys are really hurting on food, like really badly hurting on food, so we're not going to take that because we need you to supply. But I want something special when I come back. Instantly, before she even went to Eugene about the bullets, I go, Eugene can make bullets for them. You know? Like, that's what I was thinking. And then when she emphasized it at the very end of the episode and said that to him, I go, boom! I go, there you go. Yeah. Like, that's what they can supply, and Negan will be happy.
And I mean, do they want them to know about the factory?
What choice are they going to have? What else is special enough to warrant a wow me? You know? Unless they roll up with a tank.
If Negan can have an unlimited supply of ammo, but the tank is only going to suffice for the week.
Right? I know. No, that's what I'm saying.
But if they can continually make an unlimited, feasibly unlimited supply of bullets for Negan and his army, whatever, to be stocked up, Negan would be more than satisfied to take a crate of bullets every week from them,
Yeah. Yeah.
So, but that's not why Rosita wanted them made, but yeah.
No. Rosita wants to shoot Negan in the face.
Yeah.
I hope she gets to do it. You want to know what because
I want Maggie to do it.
Of course I want Maggie to kill him. But we can, it's safe to assume Negan's not dying this season.
No.
It's safe to assume.
No.
I want him to get super, super hurt, though. Like, almost to the point of him dying.
Yeah. I mean, I know at one point...
back. That's what I want.
I know at one point in the comics, he ends up in the cell in Alexandria. I know that for a fact. But outside of that, I don't,
Mm-hmm.
But that's not even, like, now. That's, like...
I mean...
That's in, like, almost later. Present day in the comics. Like, that's close to, like, the story arc that's going on now. I think it was maybe, 6 months ago, kind of deal. If maybe even less than that, but
he's. I mean, even I'll tell you right now, he's not dead in the comics,
right?
And it's like still current. It's way ahead of where we are. So
I mean, they are changing things up because they're trying to keep us on our toes. But something like that, I don't think is gonna.
Yeah,
they may capture him and keep him out of commission and not show him for a while, or he flees and goes somewhere for a while, but Negan will be back. Jeffrey Dean Morgan will come back, even if it's for a reoccurring role of just, hey, he's in a 4-episode arc that next season or whatever. They're not going to get rid of him.
Yeah. I don't think we talked about the most important scene of the episode, did we?
The Rick and Michonne talking about Shane. He said it out loud.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
He hasn't said that man's name.
I
a long time.
Audibly gasped.
Yeah.
Watching the show by myself. Yeah, no. That was such a big moment. And he tied it to acceptance. Like, he wouldn't have been able to protect this child without accepting who she was.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but because Judith, was it even Judith in the comics? I don't know. The baby in the comics, I know, did not last. The baby died in the prison.
No, she got shot with Laurie.
Yeah, so we never had this omission from Rick in the comics, right? Rick never knew that was not his child in the comics, or we never knew that Rick knew. I should phrase it in the comics.
Yeah. I mean, I think the deal was, I think Robert Kirkman even said, like, it's I know that, like, Rick's not the father, but it's not really relevant just because, they're both dead. So, like, why bring it up?
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is great because it's like a little more information for even the comic, and that's what I love. Is you have the comic books, which clearly came first. You have the show, which is very different from the comics, but at the same time, it's very much the same, and you're still able to get information without it really changing the whole the comic. Like, yeah, Abraham died a different way in the comics, whatever, but I feel like it was better, I think, on the show. I think he had the better death in the show than he did in the comics, and I think I brought it up a couple weeks ago that the TV show is basically the director's cut of the comics, and it's not taking away from the comics at all, but I like it. I like the changes, and usually I'm the kind of person that does not like changes in the source material.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and really, I like that it just in general. It really did affect Michonne, which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they could actually sleep near each other.
On the floor.
Yeah.
On the floor. I don't know. I mean, because I mean, at this point, obviously, like, Rick's not wrong. They're kind of stuck right now, and them resisting is just going to make it worse, unfortunately. So they just kind of have to deal with it for now until Tiger Man knocks.
Yep.
Yeah, and I think Rick is looking at it like he cannot fathom a way that standing up will work. Whereas, like, Carl is constantly thinking of how they can stop Negan.
Yeah.
And Rick literally cannot fathom it. And I think as soon as, or when Ezekiel rolls up, or like when they know about him, he might be a less broken version of Rick.
Yeah.
Maybe.
So next episode is called Go-Getters. Saddled with grief and surrounded by enemies, members of the group try to find safety at the hilltop before it's too late. But as we know, hilltop's gonna get stormed.
Yeah.
And bad things are gonna happen. Maggie isn't out of the woods yet either. So it's a lot of stuff. I'm so excited for Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I miss him. We haven't seen him in so long.
Oh, I know.
So
I really want to see what Maggie's up to. I can't wait. Because we haven't seen Maggie since the burial and well, not even the burial, but like the taking away of Glenn and So
yeah, 2 episodes. Feels like forever ago.
Yeah. Because it was.
It was. John, where can the people find you?
You can find me at No More on Twitter.
Dom.
You can find me down below at Phenomenon, PHENOMEDOM.
Phenomenon. And you can find me at Clio Moto and find all of us at ASOTV Podcast on Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, Google+, and right here on YouTube. Follow us for some more podcasts from some of your favorite TV shows, video games, and movies. Until next time, bye guys.
She doesn't even flinch when I do it anymore.
Nope.